That's never happened before. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Today we're going to be doing one of my favorite subscriptions currently, and that is the P.Louise Budget to Beauty box. This one's real big. Look how it's huge. That's a honkin' pink box. It's also definitely on the hefty side, so I'm hoping there's some real good stuff in here. So this is a $39 subscription and it is based in the UK, I believe, and it costs $13 for shipping, at least to me. But I think if you're located, you know, nearer to the UK than I am, then I think that shipping is less. On the outside here, it's got this nice little message. It says, stop convincing yourself that your career dreams are unrealistic. Find your fire, which that's real nice. However, because of the way my head and brain operate, I have a new career dream like every single day, so it might be slightly unrealistic. How do they have a new, different, ridiculously cute box every time you do an unboxing of this? Look how cute this is. How do they get a different box every single time? What does that say? Sincerely? Special delivery is what that says. Special, yep, not Sincerely Debbie, which I initially thought is what it said. But no, it's so cute. There's like little butterflies on it. It's really adorable. It looks kind of like a postcard. And somehow, I truly honestly don't know how they do it. They have like a different box every single time I get one of the subscriptions. Oh, that's huge. This is just all palettes. That's never happened before. I don't think I've ever had a subscription box with just palettes in it. I started off today barefaced because I was like, oh, you know, we'll open this up and we'll put, you know, makeup on. But I guess we're really gonna be concentrating on the eyes. All right, so the very first item we have in here is huge. This is a very large palette. It also says 2022 on it. But I like that it's Blend Away 2022, blending away the bad vibes. I don't remember, did 2022 have that many bad vibes? I think that's when I got married. Did I get married in 2022? No, so that was good. I like 2022. What was that one year? 2020. That's the year. That's the not good year, right? Oh wow, at first I was like, that's the most plain packaging I've ever seen from P.Louise. But I think, okay, it just looks like the outer packaging. So we have a little sneak peek of what is in here, and it looks very, very similar to what we have been seeing from P.Louise. And I'm really, really hoping we see some palettes with some different color ranges, because unfortunately, though I really like this subscription, all the palettes we have been receiving look basically the same. This one looks a tiny bit different so far because it is a little bit more pink heavy rather than like, you know, neutrally kind of neutral tone. So there's a little bit of a difference here with some pinks, but I'm hoping maybe whatever is over here is even a little bit different. Ooh, it's massive. Oh, they all say 2023 on them. Okay, all right, so we're seeing something a little bit different here. So we haven't gotten any of these kind of like deeper tones in any of the palettes. I typically have them fairly light. This might be like one or two darker brown shades, but we're seeing some like nice deep colors over here and some more colors, so that's good. Definitely have a lot more like pinks and reds, a little bit maybe on the purpley side, or maybe I just don't know what brown looks like. Okay, yeah, apparently I just don't know what brown looks like. These are browns. These aren't purples. Hey, Dater's digging through the Glow Addict beauty box. But I mean, this truly is an impressive amount of shades to get in a palette, especially a palette in a beauty box. So that's kind of fun. I feel like you could do a lot of looks with this. We're not seeing anything on like the cooler tone side. A lot of these are very warm tone, which again, we have been seeing a lot of in P.Louise. But I personally could get like a good amount of use out of this side of it. Are those purple? This way, they're brown. This way, a couple of these are purple. I guess there are a couple of purpley shades in here as well. I'm actually really interested in this shade down here, Day One or One Day. I think that's really pretty. Oh, and there's also a big mirror. I don't know how I haven't noticed that this whole time. I think I thought that was another hole, even though, you know, obviously there's no square hole on this. All right, so that is palette number one, and I think the other two items in here are also makeup palettes. So I'm really interested in seeing what we get. Maybe we'll get something that's like a blush palette or a skin palette, and maybe they all aren't eyeshadow palettes. GEO. CEO. Does that not look exactly like GEO? GEO. So it's CEO with a whole bunch of zeros at the end, and it looks kind of like, you know, a banknote or something. You know, I said that it looks like a banknote, and I kind of said it with a good amount of confidence. What? I don't know what that is. What's a banknote? I think that I thought I was referencing like money. I honestly don't know what a banknote is. My phone isn't around here for me to Google. I truly don't know what I would do without like having my phone around me to Google all the time. That's what I do constantly. I'm Googling. My husband and I are watching Succession, and there's a tall guy in it, and I was like, that's a tall guy. I have to know how tall he is. I couldn't continue to watch the show without knowing how tall he was. He's 6'7", by the way. His name's Greg in the show. Anywho, so this is what the next palette looks like here. This is the Everyday Mood CEO. Technically, if we're reading it out, it's like CEO. If your dreams don't scare you, they're too small. I really do like how they have a bunch of like inspirational things on here. It's like the back always says something kind of cute. Ooh, it's not an eyeshadow palette. Jeebus. Got a little excited there. It's a highlight palette. That's fun. I don't think I've ever received a highlight palette from them before. We have several different shades here. There's a bunch of different colors. You got some pinks. There's like a little lilac-y shade, more some like bronzy golden shades, full on white. These are really pretty. They also have like little things embossed into them. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the sayings there, but it's all, you know, kind of like Boss Babe stuff. So there is a really quick light swatch of all of the colors. This one is definitely standing out the most, this like kind of bronzy pink one. I do think they're pretty. They are kind of light. It'll be interesting to see how they apply it with a brush and not your finger. They are a tiny touch glittery maybe, but it's really super, super fine glitter. And that might just be a couple of them, but there is just a little bit of glitter on the back of my hand, which isn't typically my favorite kind of highlight. I like a more like glowy, like a glow within kind of highlight, or like a wet look. But I am excited to try this out. It's so fun. I'm really excited that it's not just all eyeshadow palettes. And then finally, last but not least, this one looks, oh, it's a little bit different. So we have something different. I thought it was going to be like two of the same palettes again. That happened with what, like, I think our last box that we did. Maybe the box before that. We got two of like the same exact palettes with just slightly different colors. Oh, it's blush! I'm really excited. So we have eyeshadow, we have highlight, and we have blush. So 3 face products. That's really fun. This is the My First Crush blush. Again, just super cute packaging. Everything is really adorable. Woohoo, heavens. Alright, so some of these are a bit on the bright side. I don't even know if it's going to show up in the camera like how vibrant this is, but some of them are a little bit more neutral and natural. We have some really intense colors as well. All the little hearts also say something on the inside, and they're really, really cute. They remind me of like the Tarte blushes that come in the heart shapes. Is that right? It's been a really long time since I had a Tarte blush. Are they heart shaped? Oh, or is it Too Faced? Maybe it's Too Faced. It has like the heart shaped blushes. I thought those were so cute. This is just, I don't know, the brand is just really cute. It's really precious. I don't know if I would get a ton of use out of all of these shades. I did a makeup look the other day with some incredibly intense pinks on my eyes, and like this blush would have been perfect with it. That unboxing that I did from the Ice Cream Beauty box and then this box are definitely some of my favorite recently. They just have the most fun, like interesting makeup in them. We've been seeing the same things from the same brands for so long that it's really nice to have a break with something just a little bit different in it. And I know that like P.Louise, all this stuff is like, it's from P.Louise. So we're not getting a huge selection of brands and things. You can't try like a whole bunch of different brands, but I like this stuff and it's so cute. So here are our 3 items that we received in the box. And yes, it was only 3 items, and this is like a $50-something box once you include shipping. But we have a massive eyeshadow palette with I don't even know how many shades in there. 10 by 5. This is a 10 by 5 grid of eyeshadows. We have 50 different eyeshadows in here, which definitely counts as like at least 2 eyeshadow palettes. And then in each of these, we have 8 different shades of blush and 8 different shades of highlight. So I still think that's pretty good. Even though it's not a huge number of items, we're still getting a lot of stuff. I mean, if you're willing to pay like $1 a pan per eyeshadow, there's your 50 bucks right there. Oh my gosh, my phone. Okay. That sounded not good. So now that I have my phone, I would look up the thing that I was ranting about, you know, wanting to like look it up and Google things, but I can't remember what the thing is that I wanted to Google. Hey, okay, so the P.Louise Blend Away 2022 palette is $51. So there is basically all of my money that I spent to get the subscription. And then we have, I'm having a little bit of a hard time finding the CEO highlight palette, but the blush palette is $28. I'm gonna assume it's around the same price as that. They have the same kind of packaging and the same number of like shades on the inside. So I'm gonna assume that's another $28. So that's, thank goodness I found my phone. $107, which, okay, so for a subscription box, standardly, you would want to see a little bit more of return than that. So like if you put 50 bucks into it, you want to get more than a $50 value back on top of that. So that's a little tiny bit low, but I think the products are good. So when we're talking about something like, you know, an Ipsy glam bag, right? So they're like 15 bucks and they say that you get $50 worth of value, which is more than the percentage of value you're getting from this, if that makes sense. But at the same time, you're just getting like itty bitty tiny little samples of skincare that you can use like one time and then, you know, get rid of. So if you're more interested in stuff like this, you think you'll get more use out of makeup, the value personally, for me at least, I think is a little bit better here, even though we're only seeing kind of like a $50 value on top of what you spent. So basically like you're getting this stuff for 50% off once you pay for shipping. But if you don't have to pay for shipping, it's even better. So the value would be even better if you don't have to pay for shipping or as much shipping. I hope any of that made sense. It kind of made sense to my brain and then it kind of didn't. I'm hoping I can just like piece it together in editing and something will come out of it that makes sense. Anywho, so we're gonna do a try on real quick. I am gonna go do like the base of my face off camera and we'll come back and try on all our pretty powders. Okay, so the base of my face is done and it took me forever to do it. I'm fairly convinced that Tater has somehow climbed up onto my desk and just stolen everything I use on a daily basis. I keep hearing him like on things, and then I'll go into the bedroom where he likes to take all of his little treats that he steals from me, and he keeps chewing on my eyeshadow brushes, and I'm like, how do you even get those? Did you somehow like grow thumbs and like get up and like grab my stuff? How are you getting those things? And no, Tater doesn't have thumbs. Rin does have thumbs. At least we call him his thumbs. He has like the one that's like right here on his paw. Tater's, he doesn't have those. They're missing. We don't know where his thumbs are. Okay, so I standardly for some reason do my entire face first, like cheeks, highlight, everything before I do my eyes, but recently I thought to myself, that's probably not a good idea, because like what if your, you know, your blush competes with your eyeshadow look or doesn't go with it real good? So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first, and then I'll finish off my face. So like I said, I'm really liking this color down here. I think it'll go well with the green top that I'm wearing. So this look might not be as fun and colorful as some of my other try-on looks have been recently, but we're gonna, you know, I'm trying to make it look okay. It is so hot in here. It's insanely hot in here right now, so sorry if I'm looking a little glistening. All right, so I'm just gonna dust kind of a brownish shade over the lid as a nice transition. Ooh, that has some nice pigment to it. I dipped my brush into these two shades down here. It is Never Settle and Stay Focused. They both have a little bit of like a warmth to them, and I am gonna use this color to try to get a little bit more of a clean edge. Okay, so I kind of want my lids to be like really dark and smoky, and I'm thinking that I might use a little bit of my brow pomade, but I use my eyes and kind of tap it down on the lids to create a sticky base, and then I'm gonna go in with that one color that I showed you guys right here. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll see if it works out. This might be terrible, so I'm gonna just like coat the entire thing in this brow pomade. Now I do use this brow pomade for eyeliner because it's like a 24-hour wear thing. It's waterproof. I think it'll work fine as like an eyeshadow base. Probably shouldn't be using an angle brush for this though. I don't think that's working out too great. Oh heavens, that was a lot. Okay, I'm making a mess. Maybe the angle brush was the way to go. Blend out that harsh line just a little bit. All right, and then just with my finger, I'm gonna go into that kind of bronzy gray shade and start tapping it on. Ooh, I think that's pretty. I think I might make this into like kind of a cat eye. Can I do that without messing it up? I like that. It's very, very subtle, simple, but you know, it's not bad. I go underneath the eye as well with a little bit, just do like a really kind of smoky look. I think right here, I'm gonna add just a tiny touch of a lighter shade just to bring in a bit more shine. I'm trying to do that little thing where you like make a point on the inside of your eye to make it more like cat-like, but I don't know what I'm doing. It looks like I just messed up my eyeliner, which is exactly what I've done. How do you do that? I thought that it was pretty self-explanatory, but this is just not working. Is that it? Maybe if you're standing like real far away from me where you couldn't like even see it. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other eye really fast, and then I'm gonna put on some mascara, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the eyes are done. I was going for something a little dark and smoky with kind of like a cat eye shape. I don't know if I have achieved that or not, but I do really like that kind of grayish, bronzy, shimmery shade from the palette. So I think that's a shade I definitely get some use out of. Now let's go ahead and move on to the cheeks. I am pretty glad that I didn't go ahead and do like my cheeks, because I feel like I'm gonna pick a different color than I typically would. Okay, those are the highlights. And these are the blushes. These are incredibly pink. Okay, I definitely have to go with one of these down here. I'm just wondering if they're gonna be too on like the peachy pink kind of side. I'm just gonna go in very, very lightly, I think, with this one down here. I really don't want to have like too much pink on my face to compete with the eyes, since they are kind of like smoky looking. All right, and then for the highlight, I definitely think I'm gonna go with one of these more like goldeny, bronzy shades. I'm thinking either the one that says CEO, bank account looking like a phone number. I wish. How many numbers are in a phone number? Like 7? Or maybe even, no, I think that one's a little bit too pinky. So probably either one of these. I think this one would be way too deep for me. I'm gonna try bank account looking like a phone number. I don't think these are the actual shade names. I don't have any shade names to give you guys. And I don't have any actual highlighting brushes. So we're just gonna have to go with whatever I can find. Okay, that's definitely showing up. Also showing off the texture on my face a little bit. But you know, there's texture on skin. That's just how it is. I'm gonna layer on a little bit of the CEO shade here next to it. Okay, so there the highlights are layered on. I do like them. I think they're really nice and glowy. They're not sparkly. For some reason I thought they're going to be a little bit on like the shimmery glittery side, but it does just have like a nice kind of glow to it, and I like that. Like the light hits it really nicely. I'm going to use this lip gloss here. This is from Persona. I don't know, I just found it in the pile on my desk and we're gonna put it on. Alright, so there is everything from the box on my face. I feel bad now though because I didn't go with a more like bold, bright makeup look, because I've been saying that I really like the P.Louise budget beauty box, but I really wish that they had more like variety of colors. And now we got, you know, some pinks and stuff, but I just did a pink look and I wanted something that went with my shirt a little bit better. Hope you guys have enjoyed Ren snoring in the background. It's a really nice ambiance. Alright you guys, so that is everything for the P.Louise budget beauty box. Let me know what you guys think about this box down below in the comments. I think this one's fun. I like this one. I feel like I'm gonna hold on to it for a little while. Even though it's just from one brand, they're still like, they keep it moving and grooving. They keep it different. Things are different, even though, you know, we do have a lot of palettes with the same kind of shades in it. We are seeing a lot of makeup palettes, super cute packaging. Somehow the outer package, like the box itself, changes like every time I get it. How are you doing that, P.Louise? I'm serious though, like isn't that super expensive? I feel like that would be so expensive to get a different box for every like month. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind, and the absolute world to me. And I hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.